Hello and welcome to another episode of Never Onside. Hi, this is Joseph, and joining me as usual is Mayur Chopradekar. Today we'll be discussing about our FPL teams. Since the deadline is around the corner, we thought we would come and help you guys with some of our thoughts regarding the teams and the transfers that we are about to do. Yeah, so without wasting time, let's move on to our last week team and the scores that we got. So Mayur, has 88 points and I have 72. This is the first time after we have started doing the podcast, the FPL podcast, that Mayur has outscored me. And this was mainly due to the fact that he had Haaland cap, and you got Andreas also from the bench, I guess, right?
Yes,
For
for James.
James. Yeah, so that explains the point difference. I thought I was very fortunate to get this much point because Salah wasn't particularly great. He was so lucky to get away with 10 points at the end of the day. Some ricochets that saved us from a huge rank drop. This is still a slight rank drop, but I would take this any day if I had known that Haaland has got a hat trick. Yeah,
Yeah, so it was a great week. Again, captaining a player who scores a hat trick is always something special. And to fill it up, as you mentioned correctly, James came off. James was a doubt because of his illness, so he came off for Andreas. And Andreas got the assist for that own goal scored. So again, a touch of luck for my team and many more Andreas owners. So he made it up when it was needed. So good to see
yeah. When
points
it
coming from
mattered,
my team.
he was there. That
Yes,
is
there.
why
Yes,
we have these kind of bench players
players.
who can deliver on a day in which you need them to. Yeah, someone like a Sosek in
Coming
some
from the
seasons
place.
before. I think last to
Yes.
last season, not last season. Yeah.
So, how's any plans? Have you made any plans about transfers?
Transfers, my first area of concern is Rodrigo. I have not transferred him out yet, but I think I will have to get him out because he will be out till the international break at least. I'll be going for either Gross or I have money in the bank, so probably I can even go up to someone like a Trossard. Um, or I think I have around 7 million in the bank. So that is something I'm thinking about. But I'll make the transfer tomorrow only because I need more time to decide on which player to go. Robertson is also a concern, but I think because it's an Everton game and that passion comes out in these kind of matches for Liverpool. So that's why I'm going to hold him for one more week. I'm not so confident in Liverpool right now, but still I'm going to keep him for the time being. Perisic is also a concern because of the UCL matches. Yeah, so eventually I'll be trying to spread out the money a bit more and get a good number one and number two sub. That's my plan moving forward.
Cool. So for me, I am also looking out to transfer Perisic, depending on the team news. If we get any, if there are clear indications that Perisic might not start, so I might go for Trippier for him and save some money. And again, Ramsdale, we are not sure. There were contradicting reports today. Some reports said he was back in training, while Arteta said there might be a last minute check tomorrow. So again, looks like I might be moving on to Sanchez, who has a brilliant run of fixtures in the next 3 4 weeks. So again, something to look at, and I save money approximately point 7 0.8 million, which I can use to upgrade Nato because he has been in my team for a long time and hasn't returned yet. So very disappointed in him. But that's the plan looking as of now. Let's see what happens once the team news is out tomorrow. So we'll then see and confirm. So let's move on to the game week 6 fixtures. Some fixtures which we consider very important or which we can target. So yeah, host, can you start with any fixture which you
Yeah,
target
so
tomorrow?
out of this list, the first thing that comes to mind is the City Aston Villa match. where I think points will be scored because Aston Villa doesn't look that great and they're down in confidence. So that is the match to target. Brentford Leeds is either going to be a 1-1 or a 3-3 or a 2-2, something like that. So if we had Rodrigo, then this would be a great match to own him. But sadly, he got that unfortunate injury. Tony, if you have, is a good option as well because Leeds on some days are really poor. On some days they come out of the blocks very quick. Yeah, so that is one match which can be a high scoring match. And the Chelsea West Ham is also a team of two struggling teams almost. So I'm not hoping for anything from there. Spurs, Fulham also. If you have Mitrovic, sometimes this would be the game in which he would come up and score a brace because he likes to score against the big teams now. And yeah, Brighton Leicester is a game in which Brighton can actually score. I'm sure Leicester is struggling like really bad now, and well-oiled team like Brighton can play through them. I see someone like a Trossard or Gross returning points as well. And the blockbuster match, United versus Arsenal. This is how where you weigh up the two teams and decide like who has progressed. Has Eric Ten Hag, got out something at the end of the day uh, from United because the rest of the tests that he had after the first two defeats, you cannot measure them based on that. But this is a good match that you should watch out for in the coming week. Yeah.
For me, again, suppose if you had a spot in the forward area, who would you go for, considering the current form? Mitrovic, Tony, or maybe a Nunes who is coming back, who looked good, very good during his first 2 3 games which he played. So currently, whom are you looking to go forward to? Maybe Wilson as well in the mix.
Yeah, Isaac scored last week as well. Yeah, so Wilson, if he comes back, yeah, he's also an option. I think it's a tough question because Nunes is a bit more expensive. I would rate Nunes first. Then Mitrovic, even though he has a tough run of fixtures, I think he is in the form and Fulham are ready for such games because Brighton getting a result, from the Brighton match was something huge because Brighton completely destroyed United and team like Fulham going there and performing well is a good sign. I think Mitrovic, I would have Mitrovic, even though there are a tough run of fixtures, I would still want Mitrovic because he's that sort of a player who has the ability and the skill to come up with those kind of template goals that he would score. You can expect him to score that against any team. Yeah, so Mitrovic is one person that I am looking at.
Okay, so
What
now
about
let's
you?
on. So I was looking at defenders as well.
All
So
right.
many looking for Perisic out, as we discussed as well. We might
Yeah.
would be looking at it well. So there are 3 4 options. As I said, I am looking at Trippier because I have James, and there is one more surprising option which many are looking forward to. That is Brandon Williams from Nottingham Forest. So he has
Mm.
looked at the top of. He has been at the top of the charts for quite a few time now in the chance creation department, and he has a team which is currently struggling, which we saw good teams past many more goals against. And last week, Wolves in the weekend, Wolves also struggled. Like they one more struggle to score against Wolves as well. So
Yeah.
looks like a good amount of chance that Brandon Williams keeps a clean sheet, and he might be involved in a goal if Nottingham Forest scores. So that is your asset to look for to 4.1 million, and he's a good cheap enabler if you want to convert your 5 man defense into a 4 man defense and play Brandon Williams as your bench option. Again, moving on to Brighton's defense, Estupinian, who had an assist this weekend. He made his debut. He was subbed off at 63 minutes. He had a very eventful uh, debut, took a yellow card, considered goal, had an assist as well. So he's also someone you have to look forward to. He's just 4.5 million. There are other options, Dunk and Webster and more, but Estupinian looks like the pick as of now. And then moving on to the last option, that is James. If I feel this might be a mega haul for James this time around, because he will be playing in his right wing back position. Mostly Fofana will come into the right center back position, so he might play as the forward, and we have seen how ruthless he can be once he plays in that right wing back for position. So I'm definitely keen. That's why I kept hold of James as well during the midweek games. I was very convinced he will be. I wasn't very sure about the length of injury, so I was convinced if he comes back, it will be a good game for him. So these are three, four options which you are looking forward to. If you are considering Perisic maybe out, considering he might not play because he has a tight schedule. And in midfield, there are any punts which you are looking forward to host? Maybe a City punt because Villa might concede a lot of goals. Maybe a KDB fit KDB who hasn't played many minutes in the last game, or maybe a Diaz or someone to punt on.
Right now in midfield, it's kind of tricky because KDB getting benched. I did not expect KDB to be benched in that game, and Alvarez starting as well. That is maybe a sign of things to come. Um, I would definitely have my eyes on someone like a Nunes who could, someone like a Diaz who could maybe even replace Salah, because we'll be discussing that in the next slide. Yeah, let's move on to that and then we can uh,
Yes.
discuss this.
So this week
So
the
yeah,
important question has been who will be your captain. So host still thinks there is an opportunity for people to go without Salah.
yes.
Looking at the current form he is in. So host, can you explain why you are thinking about no Salah?
Yeah, so Salah was pretty fortunate to get 10 points last game week, and I've been observing him for the past 5 games, and he has played all 90 minutes of the 5 games. And 13 million for a player who is not performing well and who is being outscored by the likes of Rodrigo and Gross is a concern for me because 13 million is huge. 13 million is such a huge amount to be paying for a person who's not performing at the moment. And in this slide, you can see that how Salah is almost turning into a creator kind of person. He's the in the top five league, he has created the most number of chances. That is 21 chances. And if you see, he has been giving a lot of assists as well, but I can't see him moving into the goal scoring positions, and he lacks a bit of of confidence also. With Nunes starting, you can see clearly that Salah shifts a lot to the right side and does not come into the box as regularly. But without Nunes in the last 2 games, you can see that Salah was coming central. Even with that, we couldn't see any, real big falls from him because, to be honest, from that 9-0 win and from the last match, I wasn't impressed with his performance as well. Yeah, so from a points per million basis, and with the fact that Nunes is returning, and also we have players who are performing really well within a small budget range. So I can see why some people would go without Salah. I do not have the guts to go there right now. But if I had been wildcarding, I would definitely go without Salah and hope for someone like Diaz and Nunes to cover for him. Because at the end of the day, if you're paying 13 million, you want to cap him, right? And in all the matches that I've capped him, it has been disappointing. Uh, Especially when you have someone like a Haaland right there, who is performing and who, in a span of 30 minutes, can, come up with a hat trick. Salah right now doesn't look in that sort of form. Maybe the form he looks like he was, in the last part of the last season, he was not at it. And that has continued in the first part of this season as well. And that is why I can understand Salah not being an essential anymore. Do you have any counter arguments for this?
Yeah. So on the contrary, I believe that actually Salah has looked good. Uh, Meaning that if KDB was on penalties, I guess most of the FPL managers would have closed their eyes and would have gone for KDB. So technically, that is what Salah has been doing this season. He has increased his assist potential. So here in the first chart, we can see his expected assist is the highest amongst all players in FPL. So and it's the difference is quite a lot, 1.3 expected assists. So we can clearly see he has increased his other facet of the game, that is assisting. Initially, he was just a selfish kind of a player who wanted to score more, but now we can see he has brought this facet to his game as well. Again, plus the positions which I saw in the matches, and especially the 2-1 match against, I forgot. They played 2-1 against who?
Crystal
Newcastle.
Palace?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Newcastle.
okay.
Yeah. So the match against Newcastle as well, I saw he was in some prominent places, and he had chances. Again, he missed those, but those two assists were decent. And definitely, again, in penalty area touches as well. He's second highest for penalty area touches. So the thing which we are considering, he is more of trying to go towards the right wing side, or he's not inside the penalty box as much as we consider. But again, the stats here clearly show he's the second highest for penalty touches. So again, there is a myth around Salah that at the moment that he hasn't been definitely giving the output which we expect him from, considering he's a 13 million player. But whatever he's giving, I still think it's the is optimal level, and you can survive with it. There is no hard and fast rule. He's the second best premium asset in the game as of now, after Haaland, I think.
Yeah,
So I
so
yes,
right now, I think that if we had someone like a Son or a De Bruyne, like you said, who is a penalty taker, or if you back
maybe a Kane.
some, yeah, maybe a Kane scoring a lot of goals, but there is no one who is emerging out to take his spot. That is the only thing I am waiting for. If we could see that player, and if Salah continues in this form, I wouldn't think twice to take him out. Um, or else, the second thing that could entice me into doing that is the rotations which are going to happen. Like I said, Salah has played 90 minutes of all five matches. Someone like a Nunes hasn't, and he might be playing more minutes than Salah. And we have seen that when the matches that he plays, he is the target man, and it's not coming to Salah. Salah is turning into a distributor or a creator than a finisher. So that is also a reason why I think, in the future, if we see a lot of rotation, a 30 minutes or a Salah playing 60 minutes is what we would see. But that Salah in form playing 60 minutes and this Salah playing 60 minutes is a lot of difference. And you can see that in the last 30 minutes, it's when he decides, okay, I have to win this match. Let's go. Let's create something. Let's do something. That is the part where he kicks on. So if that is taken away from this already mediocre performances by Salah, then I fear for people owning Salah, and especially people captaining Salah. That is the issue that I have, and people will be very quick to turn against him. Right now, we have seen a lot of people in the community saying that Salah is not good enough for this 13 million, and that's why I to an extent agree with that, and I can understand that school of thought. But the only point is that we don't see someone who can take that throne away from him right now.
Okay. So just to end it, so we'll let's have a captaincy call. So host, if you get a team sheet or some league that says Haaland starts tomorrow, do you captain Haaland or go for Salah?
I will captain Haaland if I get to know that Haaland starts. But if there is right now I am on Salah cap because Everton is a kind of game where these kind of
Derbies.
Everton versus Liverpool is where that spark comes, that they want to thrash Everton no matter what. Even though they are in a rut right now, they would want to
Just like
score four or
Bournemouth.
five. Yeah, they would want to thrash Everton. So that is why I have kept Robertson. But after this game, I will reevaluate, and I'll certainly have some tough decisions to make about Liverpool.
Yes. So for me as well, I'm on Salah cap currently. Again, if there is any leak news, so might try to move on Haaland. But as of now, it's Salah. And to end this short video, hopefully, host again on Sunday, we'll be doing a live watch along of United versus Arsenal, which is in 9
Yeah,
IST. So hopefully we do that. And if you are free, you can join us and do subscribe to our channel, and you can hear our full audio podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So do like, do follow, and do subscribe everywhere. Thank you.